Baby, when I tell you this coconut pound cake with passion fruit glaze is everything, you gotta give it a try. Now, let's get started. First things first, preheat your oven to 325 degrees. We're going low and slow to get that beautiful pound cake texture. Start with softened butter and let your mixer work it for a few seconds before adding the sugar. Getting that butter nice and creamy first gives us a good foundation for our cake. Now gradually add in your sugar. Don't rush this part. Let the butter and sugar cream together until it's light, fluffy, and almost pale in color. This help gives our pound cake a tender crumb. And you already know, we're scraping down these sides. Butter and sugar loves to hide at the bottom of the bowl, and we need everything incorporated evenly. So take your time with these little steps because they really do make a difference in the final cake. Now we're adding our eggs one at a time. Let each egg mix in before adding the next. Adding them slowly helps everything stay beautifully incorporated. In goes our vanilla and of course coconut extract. We're making coconut pound cake, so I want that coconut flavor coming through. Now while we're alternating our flour and coconut milk, let me tell you something about pound cake. Traditional pound cake got its name from the original formula: a pound each of butter, sugar, eggs, and flour. Simple ingredients that created a rich, dense cake we still know and love today. But like so many recipes, pound cake have evolved over the years. Yes, we've changed the ratios, added extracts, and incorporated different flavors while still keeping that buttery foundation. For my version, we're alternating the flour and coconut milk, starting and ending with the flour. The coconut milk brings moisture and add another layer of coconut flavor without taking away from that classic pound cake texture. And here's an important tip. Once you start adding your flour, do not overmix. Mix just until everything comes together. Finish with that last bit of flour and we are almost there. Now don't throw away that butter wrapper. I'm using mine to grease my loaf pan because we're not wasting good butter over here. Get into those corners and make sure that pan is coated really well. And this is what your batter should look like: thick, creamy, and smooth. You still want that luxurious batter you expect from a traditional pound cake, but we've modernized those flavors just a little bit. We're keeping that buttery foundation while bringing in coconut milk, coconut extract, and in just a second, even more coconut. Basically, the classic is still there. We're just giving her a little tropical personality. That's one of my favorite things about cooking and baking. See, you can take a recipe that's been around for generations and make it your own. Coconut is such a familiar flavor throughout the Caribbean, so folding it into this classic pound cake just makes sense. I'm folding it in by hand because at this point we don't want to overmix our batter. Just gently fold until the coconut is distributed throughout. Now transfer all of that beautiful batter into your prepared loaf pan, and yes, get every last bit out of that bowl. We work too hard to leave good cake batter behind. Give the top a quick smoothing so everything bakes nice and evenly. Then give it a few gentle shakes and taps on the counter. This helps release some of those larger air pockets trapped inside the batter. And now she's ready for the oven. While our cake is baking, let's make this passion fruit glaze because this is where we're taking our pound cake to another level. Start with that beautiful passion fruit puree, then add powdered sugar to give us that sweet, thick glaze, and just a little vanilla for another layer of flavor. Now this is where we're really stepping away from the traditional pound cake. Instead of a basic sugar glaze, we're bringing in passion fruit. It's sweet, tart, and tropical, and that little bit of acidity is exactly what this rich coconut cake needs. I'm adding just a touch of food coloring to make that beautiful passion fruit color pop. You don't need much. We still want that fruit to be the star. Mix everything until smooth and thick enough to drizzle. If it's like too thin, just add a little more powdered sugar. And would you look at that, golden brown and smelling amazing? Make sure your cake is completely cooled before you add the glaze. Then pour that passion fruit goodness right over the top and let it naturally run down the sides. Don't try to make it too perfect. Let that drizzle do its thing. And we're finishing it off with some fresh lime zest. Don't skip this little step. The lime gives us freshness and helps balance the richness of the coconut cake and the sweetness of our passion fruit glaze. Coconut, passion fruit, and lime? Now that's a combination. And here's what I love about recipes like this. Pound cake has been around for hundreds of years, but food doesn't have to stay frozen in time. Recipes travel, families adapt them, cultures influence them, and eventually we create versions that tell a little bit of our own story. And would you look at that inside? That's what I want from a pound cake. It's moist and tender, but it still has that beautiful, rich pound cake crumb. Now I want to know, do you like your pound cake traditional, or are you here for the tropical twist? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Bosi Eats for more cozy cooking vibes. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy!